Well, it's time to tackle the bow, and here we are. We're at the stage here, we've got our piece of inch pipe. Now, before I go any further, this isn't inch pipe. They call it inch pipe, is got it on there, it says 1 inch, and but it's not. It is, oh, it's actually, the internal diameter is sort of 1 1/16 inch. So the external is more like 1 3/8 inch. So when you set these, which is going to be your crushing tool, the backyard bower says set those to the inch. Don't set them to 1 inch because you'll crush the middle of this pipe here. So you want to set the screws, and I'm just using screws here instead of bolts, just to save all that drilling and fiddling around. Now, before I heat it up, I just do one more thing. I've just put a couple of screws, you can see either side of the pipe. It's just so when I lay it down there, it doesn't sort of roll around and wobble, so it's all nice and stable. But those screws are well under the diameter of the pipe, so they won't get in the way. So here we go. I suggest you keep the pipe turning as well. So as you're going up and down, it's starting to feel soft already. It's only been about 3 minutes. Just keep turning the pipe. Well, look, I mean, that looks really good. I'm really happy with that. I stood on that for about 5 minutes as well, made sure it was really cool. I don't weigh that much, but it's worked. So I got it hot enough. Now I'm going to do the other end, but I'm going to be careful not to come up too close, because you can see that, you know, this bit's hardly affected at all. So I'm not going to get the heat any further to there, because just in case that starts to sort of warm this up and change that shape, I want to keep that. So let's do the other end. Well, this is going really well. I've got the recurve now. I think it's about right. It's actually, you want about 3 inches from there to there. That's where you want to mark, and that's where you want to bend. And he's suggesting about 2 inches. I got 1 3/4 at that point and 1 3/4 at that point. Make sure it's nice and square so it doesn't rock. But a point here, bend the recurves away, or towards the flat. This is the flat end. This is where you crushed it. So this is the belly here. Okay, so the recurves go this way. And you can see quite clearly when he holds it up and he's putting it on a board that is the flat surface, and that goes there. And then what we're going to now do is bend it with the belly here. That's going to sit into the stock. Okay, so the first attempt. Now, I'm actually pretty pleased with it. I mean, it's 3 inches from there to there, or about 2 3/4. It's nice and true. I mean, yeah, it looks great, but we've got this nasty dent here. It's folded in there, and you know, I'm not going to carry on with this thinking, yeah, that's great, if that's going to be a point where it would actually fold. So what happened, what went wrong? Well, I don't know. I think I'm going to make a Mark II. I mean, you know, this was an hour and a half, and lots of fun, but it's only the first one. So I come back to it. I think I need to heat this. Now, see, this is the belly, this is the flat side, and this is the belly. So I think I need to put more heat on this, so that when that's bending, that's stretching more, and I may be able to get away without having that dent. That could be the Achilles heel, and you know, I don't want it to be tears on the first day out and it's snap, because I've read a few of backyard bowyers comments from people saying, hey, you know, just snapped in half, blah blah blah, and it's not going to be me. I'm going to be writing and saying, yep, absolutely brilliant. Oh, we'll see. So, you know, I've got plenty of pipes, so she'll carry on, make another one another day. So it's Mark II. It's another evening, and I'm down the old workshop. I had a good think last night about, you know, where I went wrong with this, right from the start really, because this wasn't too neat around here. Again, bit of a fold. All these would be stress points, be weakness points, so I appreciate that. And so the first thing I did was I heated the first portion 6 minutes, at about 3 inches, maybe 2.5. As long as you keep it moving, it doesn't burn and bubble like the first bit. It seems so long ago now. But it came out really nice, really flat. When you put your board and you put your pipe, your hot pipe, on the edge of the board, make sure this is right on the edge of the board, and then when you put your plank on top, which should overhang a little bit, and mark it right on the centre there, make sure you crush it. It comes out really nicely. We've got nice ends, all right, because we've heated it up a bit, it's opened a bit, but I can tweak that, give it a bit of a warm later. So, you know, I've put I've gone this far, and even here, see where I went in there too tight my fingers and I folded it. Watch what Backyard Bowyer does. He starts off with a little bit of thumb, but then he puts his hand, it's pretty hot, I must admit, you know, gloves would be a good idea if you don't like really hot plastic, and just do it more gently, and there is a gentler curve there than what we've got on there. Yeah, so, you know, all in all, and this is crushed at this point here, this is all going to make a difference, and this is the business end of the bow. You know, all of this, you know, you can get away with a dodgy stirrup, it's going to work, but this, I think, it's got to be as good as possible. So what are we going to do here? Well, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do it tonight actually. I've got a couple of test pieces, so I've cut off that, I've cut off another 30 inches because what I mentioned to start with, where you cut them if you have to transport them home. That was the point, 1.6 and 1.3. I've got enough for a third bow. So if this one doesn't work, I've got one more crack at the whip. And if that doesn't work, then I'll just order some more, because I'm not going to stop now. But you know, this isn't easy, but it's not supposed to be. But it's quite fascinating working with this PVC. And it's about the heat. You really want to get it as soft as possible before it starts to bulge. And it's that point, and you can keep on prodding it, and you can see visually as well. If you see any movement, it's time to stop. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do these tomorrow. I'm going to crush these like mini ones, central mark, and flatten them down. So they won't be completely flat here, but they will represent this much of the bow, which will be enough for me then to practice. And I noticed it's got to be really hot, and you've got to push here. I noticed that he squeezes here, and that will just bow this out a little bit and stop it going up. So you just squidge and then go for it, and then again it's a really gradual action. So there you are. That's going to be 2 test pieces. When I'm happy with those, maybe I'll be able to get Mark II, and really I'm not saying it's going to be downhill from there. Oh yeah, but I think this is going to be the biggest challenge. So bear with me, and let's see what happens tomorrow. Well, I couldn't wait until tomorrow evening, so I'm back down in the workshop. Just thought I'd do the little test on the 12-inch piece, and much better. I just took my time, got it maybe just actually a little bit too hot, because it was amazing how long it took to cool before it actually set. So then I used this one, which is the failure, as a bit of a test, just to try and get the right curve. You know, just by warming it and squeezing it there, making sure that didn't tuck underneath, it's not bad. I think I'm going to I'm not going to bother with the other one. I'm going to be all confident and come down here tomorrow and finish this one off, and then it's going to be all smiles. I just wanted to point out that first couple of things, a pair of gloves. This gets pretty hot, and you can hold the thing and get in there a little bit more without ouch, it's pretty hot. And also I cut this to 31 inches. Backyard Bowyer says that the 30 inches is about maximum for its draw weight. So 31, it's going to be a little bit lighter in poundage, but not much, but it just, I think, gives it a little bit more life maybe. It's not going to be putting it under so much pressure if there is any imperfections at all. that's how it's going to look. It's starting to look like a crossbow, isn't it? Fantastic. Really pleased with that. So that's the end of part 4. I mean, I've got to finish off these ends now and cut them and put the notches in, but I don't think that's going to be too much of a challenge, he says. So see you in part 5.